team player of the week. Are you going? Who are you going with this week?
I'm going to go with New England, baby.
Are you really?
Yes.
Hi, and welcome to week 11 of the I Formation. I'm Jeff Gibbons.
And I'm John Moist.
John Moist, the venerable picker of the year, man. You're flying, on fire, buddy. Got Briscoe this week. He is ahead of all the staff. 11 ahead of me. Like I said, still only early, but that's okay. Good for you. Hopefully you're breaking the top 1,000 this week. Stick around, folks. We're going to tell you exactly how we see this week coming up.
Welcome back to the I Formation. Now we're going to make our picks for week number 11, starting with Thursday nighter between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. What do you think?
Well, it's kind of hard not to want to perform now. At home, Miami gets the chance to even up this two-game series this year after losing early in the series or in the season in Buffalo and been called out on us. What it said, whipping that ass. I think
Kelvin.
Yeah. Class act, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone told you that too in the locker room. We both thought this to be close. I'm going to give Miami a score on this now, just to make sure that you put the exclamation point on this win. What do you think?
Miami's without Brandon Albert, as you told me earlier. They're starting left tackle, and that's going to be tough. I think that they'll put things together. I'm going to give them more than a score. I'm going double digits, Miami, just because they're going to be pissed off.
Yeah, they're going to win this one for the sake of winning it. Okay, next we got Cincinnati going into the Big Easy to play New Orleans. And, after the collapse of the talent formerly known as Andy Dalton this week, kind of thought that was kind of cute. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that New Orleans can outplay this Bengals team at home, and I think they win it.
Yeah, well, it's Andy Dalton who is not elite versus Drew Brees, who is. I mean, Cincinnati has a great pass defense. Might be number one in the league, I think I saw earlier. But it doesn't matter. They haven't faced a team like...
I was going to say, do you think it'd be number one in the league if they were playing New Orleans every week?
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah.
There's a couple of teams out there like that. Yeah. What do you think of the spread on this?
What is it?
I don't know. I'm asking you, what do you think?
Oh, what
How
do I
many
think?
points you give them? Yeah.
I like New Orleans by a touchdown.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I do. Set your books. Next, we got Houston going into Cleveland to play the Cleveland Browns. And we both agree with this one, too. I think this is going to be just one of them leather helmet, low-scoring football games. Someone's kicking a field goal. Whoever hit the ball last, 16-13 kind of deal.
Well, Houston actually leads the NFL in creating turnovers. Mm-hmm. But once again, Cleveland at home. They're doing very well at home this year. And like I said, should give them the edge anyway.
Yeah, it's close and it's low-scoring. Take the under, folks. You heard it here.
Yeah. Next,
one of the 4 games this week that we disagree on. Minnesota going into Soldier Field to play the Chicago Bears. I just can't help but think, and I know you bounced on this one, I bounced on this one this week. Mm-hmm. I just think that Chicago, after the shellacking last week, I just think Cutler's got to answer his critics and he's got to come up with the game of his life. He's at home, I think he rebounds, and I think he finds a way to beat Minnesota at home.
And I hope you're right. I like the Bears. The only problem I have here is that Cutler, it's hard for Cutler to rebound when he's got players in his face all game long, which has been the case in Chicago this year. Their offensive line's been really bad. Minnesota is quietly becoming a top 10 defense. They have a really good pass rush. They've got 30 sacks on the year. And I think they're going to be in Cutler's face, and I think they're going to pull one out here. I think they're going to win this one.
Well, I mean, Chicago all year long has been Jekyll and Hyde. I think that, it's not like they haven't had that pass protection. They haven't had that kind of game. They've had games where both Marshall and Jeffrey, and of course Martellus Bennett have been able and been effective and have stretched the field. So it depends on what team shows up. I'm just picking these guys strictly on the fact they're rebounding, they're at home. This is a chance for them to win. But either way, I think this game was close. All right.
I agree.
Agree to disagree. So next we got Tampa Bay going to Washington to play can we still say it, the Redskins?
we can.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. The Native Americans or whatever we want to call these people now. Anyway, it's the Skins, right? And Tampa Bay really hasn't been great this year.
No, not at all.
Right? So going into Washington, there's a team with a defense that when they show up, gets
when
the
they
job
show
done.
up, they certainly do get the job done. I know there was a comment made by Jay Gruden earlier this week that their 3-win record could easily be 7 wins. I'm not so sure about that, but there have been some crazy plays that are going on in Washington, picks thrown late in games to cost them games, so they could certainly have more than 3 wins, and they're certainly better than a 3-win team. I think that their defense shows up. Yeah.
They remind me a lot of the Dolphins. I mean, the games that could have been.
Yeah.
And remember, I picked them in our first show this year actually to win that division, and it was the slowly fading Dallas Cowboys that are out front or up close to the top right now. So a little juxtaposition there. But I just think that RG3 has the ability to exploit that Tampa Bay defense. I just think he picks holes in it.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a great season. He's dealt with a lot of diversity with injury and whatnot this year.
Yeah.
But I think this is his time, and I think he comes up with a good effort at home. Next, we've got San Francisco going to play the New York Football Giants, and we both agree on this one.
We do.
San Francisco. Defensively, they've played a little better.
Yeah.
I think that this team has the ability to go on the road and go in and beat a Giants team that is very, very hit or miss, and certainly taking Victor Cruz out of the equation. I know Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
I know. Got to tell you though, man, he was humbled last week after that cutesy little down on the knee first down thing, and then what does he do? Right after that, Karma's a bitch, baby. I just think that at the end of the day, I just think that they're not going to be able to handle that San Francisco defense.
They're not going to be able to handle a San Francisco offense. They haven't handled many offenses this year.
Well,
their defense has really not been what it should be, considering that the big names that the Giants do have on their defense. They're just, I think I read today somewhere that they might be 32nd ranked overall in yards against.
Wow.
So.
They're number one in cool names like Pierre Paul, though.
Oh yeah, well.
Imagine if it was
Can't
Pierre
do it himself.
Imagine if it was Pierre, Paul, and Mary.
That'd be even better.
Yeah, it would be.
We could change that. Okay, from now on, it's Pierre, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah, then we got all the games. They leave on a jet plane. All right, moving on. Oh my, that was a moment for the Swami. Next, Seattle and Kansas City in Arrowhead. And we're going to disagree on this one. And I know that you had made your mind up at the last minute here, and I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks. Close game. I think Kansas City comes up with a great defensive effort at home. I think that, and they're tough to beat in Arrowhead, but Seattle, this game is so important to both of these teams that you will see great plays, and you will see incredible highlight reel plays. As a matter of fact, catches, defensive plays. I think that go for that big play out wide on the corners on both sides. I think you're going to see good defense, you're going to see good offense, and at the end of the day, I just think Seattle finds a way to win this game late. And it's going to have to be offensively, because we all know Alex Smith is one of the most mistake-free quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm going to take a hit for that, I know. He doesn't burn up the stats. He doesn't burn up fantasy. He doesn't throw for 500 yards a game or 5 touchdowns. But look at how many mistakes Alex Smith makes in the run of a game. Plus, you got Jamal Charles. It's made it very difficult for me to make the decision. I just think Marshawn Lynch has a big game, and they get enough done to win this game by a field goal.
Yeah, I actually went back and forth on this one, so I think it's a really close game too. My decision was made this afternoon. I was looking at it, and I noticed that Kansas City is allowing about 12 points per game over their 4-game winning streak, and their defense has been playing phenomenal. And I think they got enough here, but I do have to give a shout out to Marshawn Lynch, because we don't usually pick a player from a week from last week, but I have rarely seen a performance like that. The man goes for 4 touchdowns. He was knocking over 250-pound linebackers like they were nothing in front of him. He just bowled them over when he was running.
Like skittle pins.
Unreal. What a performance. Haven't seen it since Walter Payton.
No.
But Lynch going to be in this game too, and he's going to get his yardage, because it's hard to stop him from getting his yardage. But Jamal Charles on the other side of the ball too, and he's going to get his. I think this game could go either way. I'm going to pick the Chiefs because they're at Arrowhead, and I think Seattle is not as good away from home as they are at home. So I'm going to just go with the home team by field goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Next, we've got Atlanta going into Carolina, and we're different on this one too. I couldn't believe this. Got a good look at the Falcons last week. Played very good.
Okay.
I think that Carolina really played poorly, and I think they made mistakes. We saw D'Angelo Williams drop the ball for the first time in how many carries? I realized that he's just getting back to off injury. Like, he hadn't had many touches, but just little things like that. When you see that they're just a little bit out of sync, I just think that Atlanta and Ryan have enough to go into there and win a game on the road. Just the way I see it. What do you think about it?
Once again, I'm calling this one as a close game. Divisional rivalry, always good. Neither team has a great defense. And I also went back and forth on this one. I had Atlanta earlier today, and I changed it to Carolina. Once again, I think the only reason I changed it to Carolina is because they're the home team here. And I think there's a divisional rivalry, close matchup. I'll pick the home team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Next, we got Denver going into St. Louis. And, we've been giving St. Louis the devil their due. I mean, they're good at home defensively, but it is the Denver Broncos. I just think Manning is going to, he's really going to deal with their pass rush very well. I don't think they're going to give him any hard time at all. He puts big numbers up this week, which hurts me because he's going against me in a fantasy pool this week. So you never know what might happen, and you know who you are out there, Rob.
Yeah.
But
Manning's going to throw the ball all the way to Omaha.
Chicken parm, you taste so good. Oh, anyway, losing feeling in my toes. All right. Yeah, no doubt here. Denver by double digits. Next, we got Oakland going into San Diego to play the Bolts. It's just the Oakland Raiders, folks. Sorry. Just as much as these guys have, they've had a good battle back and forth with the Chargers. I just don't think they've got enough to beat them. Chargers are getting these guys at the right time too. I mean, they've had a rough go of it the last few weeks, and I think that they need something to build that confidence again. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I think everyone was telling them to be one of the best teams in the AFC, and I'm kind of glad it worked out the way it did. Sorry, no offense to anybody out there, but I think there are better teams. It's just this game really is not going anywhere, I don't think, or these teams are not going anywhere. So San Diego wins it only strictly because I think they're a better team.
Oh yes, a divisional battle here between the Raiders and the Chargers. I can't. Anyway, Raiders suck. Chargers.
All right. Next, we got Detroit going into Arizona, and surprisingly, we both agree on this one. And I think this is going to be the game of the week.
I agree.
This is an incredible game. Yep. Two teams with incredible defenses. And again, looking at your formula here, they're in Arizona, and I think that's why I picked Arizona at the end. Megatron's back. He looked good too this week against the Dolphins, right?
Was he wearing your favorite color or something?
No. As a matter of fact, he wasn't wearing my favorite colors. He was playing the Dolphins.
Oh, I see.
Right. Sorry.
They got it done.
That's right, he did. He got it done. Actually, he was back. Nice catch, circus catch there to bring it all back. But anyway, going on, I just think that this is close as well. This is going to be a really good game to watch, folks.
2 points.
2 points.
2 points.
I think it might be a safety kind of thing.
Something like that.
Arizona. Yeah.
It's going to be very close.
It'll be interesting.
Low-scoring battle. Pick the under.
Yeah. 4-2.
If that hits, well,
I'm going to get back those 11 picks, right? That's great. All right, man. No, probably more like 9-6 or something.
We'll go with 21-19.
Yeah, no, they'll throw touchdowns. You're right. I think it'll just be a fun game to watch. I think pass protection. I just think, and blitz packages. I just think that these two defensive
hold on to the ball
will come up with some really, really cool ways on causing problems. Next, we've got Philadelphia at Green Bay. Wow, the Packers
put up some performance there against the Bears. 55 points.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Just double check. I said that
Yes,
last
and
week.
I believe I said that Aaron Rodgers may break records in this game against Chicago secondary, and what did he do?
Well, it didn't take it. Like Roethlisberger, he threw him 5 touchdown passes in the game. He threw 5.5. I don't mean 5.5, 5.5. You know,
Yeah.
he just didn't take as much time. They are, without a doubt in my mind, the best team right now in the NFC.
I agree.
And I've always loved Aaron Rodgers and his style of play. I've always said he was one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game. And I just think that,
You've been saying Rodgers pound for the last 2 years.
Oh, I have.
3
And
years.
like I said, it's good to see him back, and healthy. And just it'll be interesting to see if they can parlay this into a run of the dance. They may very well.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win the division now, and I think upward and onward. Yeah, I don't even think, even with Philadelphia's offensive weapons, I don't think this is going to be close. But I would take the over.
Yeah, I agree.
I would definitely take the over. Next, we've got New England and Indianapolis, and we talked about this one on the phone earlier today, even talking down thinking. I mean, that stat is out there about Brady, and I've been talking about the AFC East for so long and how this New England Patriots team has been elevated to a level I don't believe they deserve to be at. They play teams in the AFC East that have, over the last 10 years, really haven't been contenders. So when you put those games out there against the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, and you win the majority of them, that's going to inflate your record. But look at the big picture, like CBS spoke to today, and it's all over there. Brady, since 2009, playing winning teams winning records on the road, 3-11. It's a pretty heavy stat. Mm-hmm. And I also picked the Indianapolis Colts to win it all this year. I'm just reminding everybody of that. Now I'm setting the table for another big finish here for the year, right? Like last year. But the Colts at home, I think, will beat Tom Brady. And like I think Prisco said, what did he call it? 36-35? It's going to be something like that.
Sure.
It's going to be a hee-haw in Lucas Oil. Whoever got the ball last wins that game.
Okay, you're not going to like what I'm going to say then. The Patriots over the last 5 games have averaged 40 points a game. They're finding a way to do it, and a lot of that has been through the year. In the last 2 games, the Indianapolis Colts have given up 800 passing yards. 800.
They're not going to win the game under steady difference.
Passing yards and 8 touchdowns through the year. And now they're going up against Brady. They're having trouble on that pass defense, and I'm going to call them New England. Not only that, I think Indy's about even in turnover ratio, 15-4, 15 against. New England is NFL best, given up the ball only 6 times this year. Brady's got 22 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions. And they have 18 takeaways against 6 losses.
If I had to pick a team that could keep up with a Brady offense, it would be the Indianapolis Colts. I think that they're capable of controlling the clock. I think they're tougher at home. And I think that this, like I said, just like Prisco said, and I don't say that very often, this is a 1-2 point game. And it's literally going to be throw the ball, put it in the end zone, throw the ball, put it in the end zone. I think this goes back and forth. So whoever plays the clock smarter and has the ball at the end wins this game.
I think New England's going to go in, capitalize on 3, maybe 4 turnovers, and win this game by 17 points.
Okay. We are so glad that we only take a shot of the chest up here, because if you were to see what this just did to John, I guarantee you children would not be allowed to watch this show anymore.
No, sir.
Haters will hate.
Chest up don't matter, by the way.
That's right. And that's certainly not in your case. Okay, we're only talking about vital organs. Of course, closing this out now, we have the Monday Nighter, and that's Pittsburgh and Tennessee. And let me tell you, I had to think about this.
Yeah.
Tennessee all year has been the bane of my existence when it came to these kinds of things. I lost one game where they were up 28-3.
And I think Graham Anthony said to me earlier this week, being a Steelers fan, that that Pittsburgh has a knack for losing games against crap teams.
Well, they lost to the Buccaneers this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Now the Jets last week.
And Jets,
And now
they
they got
S-U-C-K, suck.
Oh yeah, we are going to go with Pittsburgh. Both of us.
Yeah, but I'm scared of this. I'm going to go on record and say that just for the simple virtue that I am picking against the Tennessee Titans, this could be one that we'll both crash and burn on.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, you know what? They had it, and then they came rocketing down against the Jets and found the antidote. Just like that. So let's see how that goes. That's this week's picks, folks. Stick around. We're going to tell you who we think the player and teams of the week will be.
Hi, welcome back to the I Formation. Now we're going to make our picks for Team of the Week and Player of the Week. Who do you like, Jeff?
Well, you know what? I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts this week. And I guess I'm going to have to go with Andrew Luck. Just because you're picking the Patriots to win. Because that's not cool, man. As a matter of fact, it's never cool on our show to pick the New England Patriots.
Okay, well, my Team of the Week is going to be the New England Patriots, who are going against those Colts. And my Player of the Week will be Rob Gronkowski. So, Gronk has a big game. New England has a big game. There you go.
Yeah, all right. Hopefully, man, you'll be over this fever by next week.
Yeah.
All right? So that's the way we saw it this week, folks. Remember, check out our credits to find out where you can find us on Facebook, Twitter. Certainly, you can drop us a line on Gmail. We'd love to hear from you. Certainly like our page. And let us know what you think about our picks for the week. In the meantime, make sure that when you're out watching the games this week, you're responsible. Don't drink and drive. Respect the game. Anything else from you?
Yeah, thanks for watching.
All right. So, until next week, it's good night from me.
It's good night from him. Have fun.